Hello there, my beautiful Pisces, and welcome to or back to your channel. This is your weekend reading for this weekend of May 15th to the 17th, / your new moon in Taurus reading that we are also having this weekend on May 16th. So, Pisces, I'm going to look into the collective of Pisces for this weekend and new moon, but do check your birth chart to see where you have any Taurus or second house energy. This is your moon affirmation. This is the artwork on the card, and it says, "Gratefully, I surrender my struggle." All right, Pisces, so you may have been feeling some type of way lately, possibly overthinking, anxious, struggling about something, and this new moon in Taurus is going to help you gracefully release it. And gratefully, as I should say, is what the card says, but for some reason I felt the word gracefully, which shows that energy of moving through something with grace and kindness, compassion. So if you have been struggling with something, this new moon in Taurus is here to alleviate that struggle for you. Let's see what your number is for the weekend and new moon in Taurus. Your number to look for is 13 with "I am confident." You are a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. All right, so some of you may have been struggling with your confidence. Very specific right there. You know, feeling some type of way, not really feeling that high vibration of courage, confidence, being in that energy of just feeling good. So it looks like this new moon in Taurus is definitely here to boost your energy. You know, Taurus rules the second house of finances, security. So you could have been struggling financially or something with your stability. Some of you have been feeling unstable. You just haven't been feeling grounded in your own energy. And this new moon in Taurus is definitely going to help you get your confidence back and release something that you have been struggling with. Let's see. You also have the energy of Sun in Gemini. With card number 3, communications. Hone your negotiation and relationship skills. Now, very literally, some of you could be going on a plane. There is an airplane in this card. It doesn't have to be. We are actually moving into Gemini season. So there is a very strong indication here that it is highlighting your information communication sector. So there definitely could be some type of emphasis on communication with people around this time. You may specifically have a certain conversation this weekend or around this new moon in Taurus that does amplify some type of expansion in a relationship. You know, this card does say relationship skills, and being a good communicator is a skill. So some of you may be stepping into that. You know, it takes confidence to express as well. You have a double energy of the initial C, the letter C here coming through. But I'm pretty sure, I think we move into Gemini season next week. But it's interesting that you have the Sun in Gemini, which is the season that's almost on its way. So it definitely does look like there is a lot of movement and communication and information specifically coming your way. Let's see what else you got going on. We have the balsamic moon with a time for healing. Beautiful. So this weekend and new moon in Taurus is going to bring you that sense of healing, which we already see with your affirmation of surrendering to a struggle and letting it go. And now the balsamic moon coming in saying, this is your moment to heal. Heal through communication. Heal through conversation. Heal in the way that you communicate to yourself. You know, we always look at like communication through people, which is obviously a big thing, right? We are humans. We communicate. We express to each other. But, you know, communication is very expansive. You know, you can talk to trees. You can talk to, there's 2 unicorns coming through for you. You know, on a universal level, on a spiritual level, on an energetic level, we can communicate to things that our analytical brain doesn't make sense of, you know, like what I just said, talking to trees, talking to the sky, You know, if you've ever seen those experiments where people talk to different types of rice, people will talk to their water. So sound, communication through sound, is able to be absorbed by living things. Trees, plants, water, fire. So I feel like that is coming through for me to give you that indication of, you know, if you're angry, talk to fire. Fire will take the anger from you. If you're sad, speak to water. Things along those lines. So I don't know why I randomly just got that, but let's see. Your first unicorn is listening. Listen and the answer will be revealed. So you don't only have communication, but now you have this energy of listening. And you have a lot of threes coming in. You have card number 13. Sun in Gemini is card number 3. And now you have card, the unicorn of listening, which is also card 33. So you're being observed not to just hone in on your communication, but hone in on your listening skills as well. And answer, there is some type of information that will be delivered to you. And you have Pegasus with open your heart to love and joy. So Pegasus is the energy of refinding their wings or growing a set of new wings to fly. So I definitely do feel like you are stepping into some type of new phase in the way that you listen, the way that you respond, the way that you present yourself. And it does look like they're bringing up some type of relationship dynamic through communication. You may be hearing from somebody. You may get a phone call, an email. You may get something in the mail. So really pay attention to how that could come through here for you for this weekend and new moon. Your overall energy from the tarot is balanced with Temperance coming through. So this is Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius energy does rule travel. You do have the sun in Gemini with a plane on it. Some of you are traveling right now or planning to travel for sure with this energy coming through. But Sagittarius energy coming through during a Taurus new moon is a very interesting energy. It shows that there is expansion to your energy of being grounded, which you will find an easier way to stay stable and to stay balanced in your own energy. Now, Temperance could be aligning you to somebody as well. You see those two people's faces on that card. So some of you could meet people through travel around this moment or something that you are planning to do in the future. It could definitely be aligning you to specific people that you are meant or supposed to meet. All right. I'm not getting all. We don't need flip flyers. I need them on the cup, please. But what did flip through, at least on the front, was the Chariot. So there is some type of movement here. There is some type of, you know, possible travel situations, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It could just be some movement regularly. On the Temperance card, as your overall energy, we have Judgment. What's coming your way this weekend for the new moon? We have the Seven of Swords. Your influence is the Nine of Wands. What's unexpected is the Nine of Cups. Your advice is the Eight of Wands. There it is, my communication card. And also travel, expansion, things along those lines with the Eight of Wands. And your outcome is the Two of Cups. So I feel like with what's coming your way, being the Seven of Swords, it does look like there has been an energy of your mind has been playing tricks on you lately. Connected to either a conversation, a way of conversation, and or your mind has been playing tricks on you connected to a person. And it looks like with the Nine of Cups of what's unexpected, it looks like you're receiving wish fulfillment in a situation or relationship in your life where it seemed like your brain was thinking worst case scenario. And you may be surprised by that. You know, your brain could be thinking worst case scenario because of the Judgment card. Judgment indicates repeating a past experience or trying to learn a lesson here. So there could be some type of relationship that is highlighted in your life right now. Let's see why that's there. On Judgment, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is an energy that's being rewarded. This is an energy that's feeling good, feeling seen, feeling acknowledged. On the Seven of Swords of what's coming your way, we have the Death card, the Six of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so it looks like as a connection stabilizes in your life, as you stabilize or you make a new connection, it looks like your energy regrounds itself very quickly. So through the experience of seeing that you were thinking worst case scenario for no reason, it has like this switch that goes off, which is probably why you have this balsamic moon, where you're able to heal an overthought or a thought spiral that you were having that was making you feel unstable. So it looks like there's a big release to this. I don't know if there was like a talk that was supposed to happen and you were fearing the way the talk was going to happen, whether it was like with a friend, a lover, an employer, because you do look slightly guarded with the Nine of Wands and your energy being clarified by the Queen of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. So you're going to be pleasantly surprised that something goes way more positive or way more, I want to say, joyful and balanced than you anticipated it to go. You know how when an employer says like, hey, Pisces, I want to have a talk with you, your brain probably is going to go towards that. Oh my gosh, am I about to get fired? This type of energy gives me, Pisces, I need to talk to you. You assume you're going to get fired and you actually get a promotion. Now, does that have to be your exact story? Absolutely not. But it shows me that there is an assumption of worst case scenario that actually gets regrounded pretty quickly by something super positive coming in with it. So let's see on the Nine of Cups as your unexpected energy, the Lovers, the Ace of Pentacles. There it is. So where you thought you were going to be neglected, abandoned, or let go of in a situation or a connection, it's actually just getting stronger and more stable, possibly through some type of experience. This definitely gives me, some of you may get a work offer that requires you to maybe travel for work, an offer that maybe requires you to go to a different location of a company. Doesn't mean that it's forever. It could just be for a period of time. And it does definitely look like there's a boost in your energy with the Nine of Cups of the Ace of Pentacles. Definitely a strong, stable offer or a balancing of a bond and energy. I mean, some of you could win something around this time as well. But there definitely shows bond strengthening between you and a person, or a conversation or an energy that you were fearing between you and a person actually going a lot more positive than your mind thought. On the Eight of Wands as your advice, we have the Knight of Cups, opening up your heart, the Seven of Wands, the Two of Wands, putting down the blockage and allowing yourself to share the love. So although you start this energy with a wall up, it does look like you're being advised to put down the guard, to put down the wall, allow your energy to connect, allow your energy to share its energy, and you will be definitely surprised by how something is a lot more positive and favorable to you than you anticipated. And I mean, you have the Nine of Pentacles and your overall energy, and you have the Ace of Pentacles with what's unexpected with the Nine of Cups. So I definitely feel like there could be like a reward here. You also have 999 coming through. That is a multiplication of 3, which has repeated itself a lot. And on the Two of Cups in your outcome, we have the Strength card, the Nine of Swords, again, the Justice card, the Hanged Man, and the Page of Swords. Yeah, so your mind is going to change about something. It's going to get out of that Nine of Swords stress, sleepless nights. The Nine of Swords is an energy who literally cannot stop overthinking. But you have Strength and the Libra scales coming through with Justice saying this energy is going to be restabilized. And there it is with the Hanged Man. Your mind will change about something. Instead of being in fear, you'll be more into curiosity by week's end. So I'm not sure exactly what you were stressing out about a specific person, about a specific offer, about a specific talk, or maybe some type of travel situation. But you're going to be surprised. It goes a lot more beneficial and a lot more grounded and stable the energy is than you anticipate. And I do get an energy of possibly meeting new people or making new connections or strengthening current connections through this experience. So the new moon in Taurus is definitely helping things restabilize and reground themselves, which is beautiful to see. In terms of zodiac signs in your spread that could be around you or in your chart, we have Sagittarius, we have Gemini, Pisces, and Leo, as well as Scorpio. So let's see what your ending oracle is from the Starseed Oracle for this weekend in new moon in Taurus. You have wait. It's not time yet. Things are being woven. Yes. All right, wait. This card says, in our fast, loud, reactive, comparable, world, where an instant response is so often expected and at even times a currency, it can feel almost impossible to take a breath, let alone give ourselves the space to wait, rest, and reset. We're so often in overdrive, expecting instantaneous results over and over again. And when guidance doesn't come at these extreme speeds, it can feel as though something's gone wrong. And that could probably be what was causing you stress, because there wasn't some type of answer you were receiving. But often not receiving guidance is guidance in itself. When you ask for guidance and don't receive it, it can often mean to just wait and see how the situation plays out on its own. The details are still being woven. Our challenge is to keep trusting when on the surface it appears like nothing is happening. To remember that no matter how long or bitter the winter, spring always does come. To remember that you don't need to solve all the world's problems in a single day, and that perhaps they'll be better solved with some perspective and a good night's sleep. This card is your permission to slip, to slow down, to switch off, and to rest. You're being reminded to have patience and to trust the mystery of life. To trust that things are being woven on your behalf. It may not be happening to the timeline you'd like, but if you'd gather up the patience, it will be orchestrated better than you can ever imagine. And you know what's interesting is that ending oracle is very strongly what Temperance tells us. Temperance is the card of balance and patience. In the regular tarot, you would see an angel, and they are taking two cups, and they are blending the cups together. And Temperance, for me, would be that card of things are working behind the scenes for you, whether you see it or feel it or not. And so does this ending oracle with wait. And I feel like by weekend's end, you're probably going to see something because you have listening here. With listen and the answer will be revealed. So I definitely feel like the answers you have been wanting are close. They just have been working behind the scenes for you and maybe just didn't feel like anything was happening. But something unexpectedly is going to be answered for you. A prayer being answered, a wish being granted, especially the way your unexpected position looks here. So thank you, my beautiful, wonderful Pisces. I hope you have a great weekend ahead and happy new moon in Taurus. Stay grounded, stay happy, stay healthy. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you get alerts of new readings. And I'll talk to all of y'all very, very soon. Bye now.